Okay, so the next thing you need to know is the 24-hour time. So before moving into the video, for more this type of videos, subscribe the channel Chamodi Vijayanayak. Most probably you heard this before because you have taught these kinds of things in your primary grades, and that's why I'm not just uh, going too deep and spending that much a big time on these kinds of stuff in this video. So when we're talking about the 24-hour time, the things you need to remember, the first thing, always you need to use 2 digits, and you have to remember, you have to mention the hours, minutes and the seconds, right? The first thing you need to know is in 24-hour time you need to mention the hours, right? The hours and the minutes and the seconds. And the next thing you need to remember is always you have to use 2 digits to denote hours. Here you can see I have written here 2h, right? Because 2h letters, because to denote that always we need to use 2 digits to denote hours, and always 2 digits to denote minutes, and once again 2 digits to denote seconds. And the next thing you need to remember, between hours and minutes you have to use double dots, and between minutes and seconds also you have to use double dots. So this is the standard way of writing a time on 24-hour clock time. Yeah, so then here I will write an example for a 24-hour time. So we'll say it is 1 hour, 20 minutes and 13 seconds. So here you can see I have mentioned the hours, the minutes and the second also, and always I have used 2 digits to denote hours, to denote minutes and to denote seconds, and I have kept double dots between hours and minutes, and also double dots between minutes and seconds. Okay, so let's see how to denote these times in 24 hours in the standard form, right? So if it is 1 a.m., right? If it is 1 a.m., so that is written as 01 because the time is 1, then double dots, then double zeros because there are no minutes. So we can say that is 01 double dot 00. So this is how we write 1 a.m. in the standard form. So then let's move on to the 1 p.m., right? If it is 1 p.m., so what we need to do is we need to add a 1 to 12, right? Since this is 1, we need to add a 1 to 12. So then that is 13. So that means we have to say the hours are 13. So 13 hours here, right? 13 hours here, then double dots. And since we cannot see any minutes here, right? So the minutes are zeros. So that should be double dots. And okay, so the next one, 2 a.m., right? If it is 2 a.m., that is just 2. Since that is a.m., so the hours are 2. So always we need to use 2 digits. That's why I have put a 0 in front of 2, right? So then double dots. Then there are no minutes, so double zeros. And if it is 2 p.m., so here we have to add 2 to 12. So 12, then 13, then 14. So it should be 14 hours. So 14 hours, then double dots, no minutes, so double zeros. So that is very easy, right? So then let's move on to 3. 3 a.m. If it is 3 a.m., that is just 3. The only difference is we have to use a 0 in front of 3 here, and also here we have to use double dots, right? So then here also double zeros. Then if it is 3 p.m., we have to add 3 to 12, that means 15. So here the hours are 15, then double dots, then double zeros. That's like a game, very simple. So then the next one, 4 a.m. If it is 4 a.m., that is just 4. 0, 4, double dots, then double zeros. If it is 4 p.m., 12 plus 4, that is 16 hours. So 16, double dots, double zeros. Then the next one is 5. If it is 5 a.m., that is just 5. 0, 5, double dots, double zeros. If it is 5 p.m., 12 plus 5, so that is 17. So 17, double dots, double zeros. The next one, 6 a.m. If it is 6 a.m., that is 0, 6, double dots, double zero. If it is 6 p.m., that is 12 plus 6, 18. So 18, double dots, double zeros. The next one, if it is 7 a.m., so that is 07, double dots, double zeros. And if it is 7 p.m., so 12 plus 7, that is 19. So 19 hours, double dots, double zeros. Okay, so then let's move on to the next one, that is 8 a.m. If it is 8 a.m., same as above, so that is 08, double dots, double zeros. And if it is 8 p.m., so then 12 plus 8, that is 20. Here, 20. The next one, 9. If it is 9 a.m., 09. And if it is 9 p.m., 12 plus 9, that is 21. Next one, if it is 10 a.m., that is just 10. And if it is 10 p.m., so 12 plus 10, that is 22. So here the time is 22 hours. So, and finally the last one, 11. So if it is 11 a.m., that is 11. And if it is 11 p.m., so that is 12 plus 11, that is 23. 23 hours. So this is how we have to write AMs and PMs in the standard form. So next we need to discuss exercise 4.2. So turn into page number 44 in your maths textbook for exercise 4.2. Okay, so now we're going to discuss the exercise 4.2, the first problem. And in the first problem, you can see there is a table and there are 3 columns, but I'm not going to draw the whole table here. So here in the first column, there should be the destination. And in the second column, the time according to the 12 hour, right? So I have drawn here the second column. And here is the third column. In the third column are the time in the standard form, right? So the time in the standard form, right? So now what we need to do is we need to fill out these blanks, right? Here you can see there are some blanks in these columns and you just need to fill out these blanks, right? The only thing you need to do here is that here we have given a time in the 12-hour clock and we need to convert this into the standard form. That is very simple, right? Because we have discussed this stuff. Okay, so the first thing, that is 7:05 a.m., right? That is a.m. If it is a.m., I have told you previously that we do not need to add any number to 12 and we just have to write this like this, right? If it is 7:05, that is just 7:05 in the standard form also. The only thing you need to do is that you need to use 2 digits. So 7 should be written like this, 07. Then after that, you need to use double dots. And after that, you need to write down the value of minutes, how many minutes are there, by using 2 digits. And here you can see there are 5 minutes. So we have to write this one like this. So 05. So now we have written 7:05 a.m. in the standard form. So that is 07 double dot 05. Yeah, so then that's the answer for the first blank in exercise 4.2, the first problem. Then let's move on to the second one. The second row, the time has been given in the standard form. And here the time is 8 double dot 25 minutes, right? The thing you need to do is that if you have to convert a standard form time into a 12-hour clock, 12-hour time, so what you need to do is, if the hours are greater than 12, you need to subtract the hours from 12, right? You need to subtract 12 from those hours, right? So I will explain you once again. That means if the time is greater than 12, as an example, we'll say this one here, the hours are 19. So 19 is greater than 12, right? So 19 is greater than 12. The hours are greater than 12 in this time. If it is so, we have to subtract 12 from 19, right? We have to subtract 12 from 19 in order to convert the time in the standard form to the time in 12 hours. But if it is not greater than 12, if it is less than 12, as an example, here the time is 8, the hours are 8, right? So 8 is less than 12. So here we do not need to subtract 12 from 8 because 8 is less than 12. So we just need to write down this one in the similar way for the 12-hour clock also. That means This is 8 hours. So we have to just write it as 8, right? So the main thing is that here we have used 2 digits to write 8, but here we do not need to use 2 digits because this is the 12 hours. So just we can write 8. And after that, we have to write 25 minutes. And the other thing we need to remember is we do not need to use double dots here. Since this is the 12 hour, we can just put up 1 dot here, right? And then after, we have to write down how many minutes are there. So there are 25 minutes. So we have to reduce this one. And the most important thing, if the number of hours are less than 12, right? Here you can see the number of hours are less than 12. If it is so, the time is always AM, right? The time is always AM. So that is very simple. Now the time is 8:25 AM. So the answer for the next blank is 8:25 AM. Okay. Okay, so then let's move on to the next one. In the next one, we have given the time in the 12-hour format. So that is 7:10 p.m. So the main thing, the first thing we need to do is, this is p.m. That means we need to add the number of hours to 12, right? We need to add 12 to this number of hours. The number of hours here is 7. And we need to add 12 to this 7. So that means 12 plus 7, that is 19. So we have to write number of hours as 19 here. And after that, we need to use double dots. Since this is the standard form, we have to use double dots here. And after that, we have to write the number of minutes by using 2 digits. And here the number of minutes are 10. So we have to write 10 here. Yeah, so then that's all about the standard form. So the answer for the next blank is 19 double dot 10 or 10. We can just say, right? Yeah, so then that's all for the next blank. And let's move on to the next row, right? In the next row, we have given the time in the standard form, and the time is 19 double dot and then 15. And here I have told you if the time is given in the standard format and the number of hours are greater than 12, right? If the number of hours are greater than 12, so we have to subtract 12 from 19. That means 19 minus 12, right? I will write it here. So 19 minus 12. So the answer is 7. So we have to write 7 as the hours, right? So that is just 7. We do not need to use 0 here. Now you know the reason. And after that, that's all for that. After that, we need to write down the number of minutes. Here the number of minutes are 15. So here also we have to write number of minutes as 15. Now it is 7:15. And after that, we need to check whether it is AM or PM. And remember, if the number of hours in the standard format is greater than 12, that means the time is always PM, right? I have told you this previously. So this should be PM because 19 is greater than 12. Yeah, so then the answer for this blank is 7:15 PM. Okay, so then let's move on to the next blank. So in the next blank, we have given the time in the 12 hours. So that is 10:30 AM, right? 10:30 AM. And since this is AM, right? Since this is AM, we do not need to add 12 to this hours, right? We do not need to add 12 to this hours. And we just have to write hours in the similar way. Here, the hours is 10. And here also, the hours should be 10. Then double dots. And then the minutes, there are 30 minutes. So here also we have to write 30. Then that's all for the last blank here. So for this blank, the answer is 10 double dot 30. So that's not the end of the exercise. There are more problems in the exercise, more questions. So you have to complete all those exercises. That is up to you. That is your homework. So you have to complete them, and you can have the correct answers from myself. So through my WhatsApp number. So I will provide you my WhatsApp number, 07169666425. So at the end of the video also you can see the WhatsApp number. So with that WhatsApp number, you can send me a message and you can have the correct answers for the rest of the exercise. So just try to complete the exercise. And also, if you have any issues, if you have any doubts in this lesson time up to now, because this is not the end of the lesson. So if you have any issues, if you have any difficult problems in the stuff which we have completed up to now in this video. So you can mention them in the comment section, or else you can contact me via WhatsApp. So yeah, so then that's all for the video. Thank you for connecting with me. For more of this type of videos, you can just get subscribed to my channel, Chamodi Vijay Nayakar.